Edmonton Opera Chorus. Thank you so much for joining us for this Edmonton Opera Kitchen Concert Series. I'm so thrilled to be a part of it, and from right here at home in my kitchen. So today we're gonna make some cheesecake, we'll do some singing, and it may or may not involve some chocolate ganache. So welcome, again, thank you so much for being here. I have been a member of the Edmonton Opera Chorus for about 10 years now. My first show was in 2010 and was a cello. Since then, I have made so many amazing friends, had so many fantastic memories. I can't even begin to describe what a family it feels like to be a part of the chorus. So thank you so much, everybody, for making my 10 years there an absolutely fantastic time. You know, there's so many laughs, maybe a few tears, especially from some dramatic moments on stage, mostly laughs though. And you know, to have developed all of these friendships over the years has meant so much to me. So I absolutely love being a part of the chorus, and we can't wait to see you in our next upcoming season. So with that being said, let's make cheesecake. Okay, so today I'm going to make my favorite for when I have company over, or even just for myself sometimes. They are mini cheesecakes. You can dress them up. The best part is you can dress them up however you want. I like chocolate and peanut butter on mine, but you can also do berries or mint or anything fresh that you have for berries. So what I like to use for my mini cheesecakes, I have a 1/3 cup of graham crackers, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and a tablespoon of melted butter. I like to make mine in 6, because if I make more than that, then I tend to eat more than that. So I like to make them in batches of 6, but you can double or triple the recipe if you have guests coming over or would like to have more. So I've already kind of prepped my pan here. So what I'm going to do is just mix together with a fork my graham cracker crumbs, my sugar, and my butter. And it just kind of makes like a little crumble that you're gonna press into your cupcake tin. So, sorry, there's people cutting the tree outside of my house right now, as well as we're in the middle of building a deck. So there's a little bit of noise, but despite that, we're gonna be inside making cheesecake and singing. All right, so now that the crumb is all prepped, we're just gonna press that into our cupcake tins. I like to use the liners in mine just because it makes it a little bit easier for them to pop out rather than baking them in the actual tins. So I try and measure mine out by a tablespoon in each, and then that way too they come out looking fairly even and symmetrical. But if you notice one needs a little bit more, fill it up. There we go. And then we're just gonna press that nice and firmly into each of the liners to create the base for the cheesecake. So when you're done, it'll look something like this. So now we're gonna just set that aside, and we're gonna move on to the filling. So for my filling, I like to use cream cheese, obviously, the main ingredient. We'll just throw that right in my mixer. And we're just gonna mix that up until it's nice and blended. I always try and make sure my cream cheese is room temperature so that it mixes nicely and you don't get kind of the clumps in your cream cheese. So amongst the cream cheese, I also have a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, a tablespoon of lemon juice, as well as a 1/4 tablespoon of vanilla. So we're gonna add all of those ingredients in, and then we're gonna take those ingredients and add them to our graham cracker crumble. So it looks like my cream cheese is pretty mixed here, so I'm just gonna turn that off and add my egg here. And I'm gonna mix that in real well before I add my sugar. And it's important too that you scrape down the sides just so that it can incorporate all of the cream cheese into the recipe. And that's looking pretty blended, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar as well. So again, it's really nice for cheesecake if you have guests coming over, or you know, something I just really love. So I will make it. I'll take some over to my neighbors. I know, don't you wish you lived next to me? There we go. And I'm just gonna give this one more scrape down here. And throughout my video, you might see my animals kind of popping in and out. We have a cat and a dog who like to be wherever the people are, and my cat especially loves singing. Whenever I'm rehearsing, she loves to just like be up on me as I rehearse. So you might see her pop in and out here and there. All right, so I'm going to, now that that's all mixed really well, I'm going to add in my lemon juice and my vanilla as well. Oh, and I still have some sugar left in here. I'm just going to get the rest of that out. There we go. And I'm going to give it one final mix here. Okay, so that mixture, I don't know if you can see, but it's nice and creamy. So it looks delicious. I'm just going to once again kind of incorporate the sides in. And then we are going to add that into our mixture. And so that I don't make a mess, I'm just going to throw the whisk here into my sink. There we go. So a nice creamy base for your cheesecake. And again, I like to measure it out so that they look fairly even. So again, with my tablespoon, I'm just gonna scoop the mixture right into, sorry, you probably can't see me, there we go. Scoop the mixture right into the cupcake pan. And again, if one's looking a little bit bigger, feel free to add more. You can never have enough cheesecake. So there should be enough filling for a couple tablespoons in each cup. And just one more. And then we're gonna throw those in the oven to bake for about 20 minutes. You don't wanna bake them too long because the cheesecake will crack on you. So for about 20 minutes. And then after that, we'll pull them out and I'll show you what they look like. The nice thing about the chocolate ganache that I make for on the top is that if they do crack, you won't see it because the chocolate ganache is gonna cover it up. So there we go. So that's what it looks like before we put it in the oven. So I have my oven preheated here. We're gonna pop it in for 20 minutes. And while we do that, I'm gonna sing a couple of pieces for you. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as our cheesecake bakes, I wanted to do a selection for you from Massenet's Werther called Laisse couler mes larmes.
Fall
being in the opera chorus and getting the opportunity to see is when all of the elements start to come together. We have wardrobe, we have hair, we have makeup, props, stages. It's just so exciting to see all of the elements come together. For so long we focus on rehearsal and getting the music right and practicing and getting the movement and the stage things right. But once we start to get together all of those elements, it is so cool to see everything just come together into one mass gorgeous production. So that again is one of my favorite things about being part of the chorus. Okay, so I grew up listening to this song. It was by one of my absolute idols. Her name is Clarkson, and this is A Moment Like This. What if I told you it was all meant to be? Would you believe me? Would you agree? It's almost that feeling we've met before. So tell me that you don't think I'm crazy when I tell you love has come here and now. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people search forever for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Everything changes, the beauty remains. Something so tender I can't explain. Well, I may be dreaming, but till I awake, can we make this dream last forever? And I'll cherish all the love we shared. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people search forever for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Could this be the greatest love of all? I want to know that you will catch me when I fall. So let me tell you this. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people search forever for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Oh, like this. A moment like this. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Oh, like this. One of my faves, just for you guys. Okay, so I've just pulled the cheesecake out of the oven. It smells delicious in here. I can't wait to enjoy them. But here you go. Here's what they look like once they've come out of the oven. So now we're just gonna pop these in the fridge and just let them cool for about an hour before we start to put our dressings on to the top of them. Well, before I do that, I wanted to tell you about one of my absolute favorite things about being in the chorus is going in for our fittings for our outfits. You never know quite what to expect as to what you're going to be wearing in the shows, and it's really cool to see the costume department come up with all of the different looks and styles from all of the eras. So that is one of my absolute favorite moments of being part of a show, as well as that excitement and that nervousness in the very first rehearsal that we have. The energy is kind of high and everybody's excited to be there and see who's a part of the show and to start to make those memories. So one of a couple favorite things that I definitely love about being a chorus member. Okay, so now our cheesecake has all cooled, and now comes my favorite part. We get to put the topping on. So you can make this as simple or as complicated as you would like. You can put whatever you would like on your cheesecake. I have a couple variations that I'm gonna do today for you. The first is my favorite peanut butter and chocolate ganache. So I have here about half a cup of melted milk chocolate chips, and about a half a cup of melted peanut butter. And I'm just going to stir those two things together. I'm going to pour that in there. And let me tell you, if you haven't had melted peanut butter and chocolate together, it has to be one of the best things ever. So we're just going to stir that together. And it's going to make like a creamy chocolate ganache. And this one doesn't harden completely. It still stays a little soft even after it's been in the refrigerator. So, and I like it because it also helps seal in the cheesecake before you have a chance to eat it. So you can usually leave these in the fridge for a couple of days. So here we go. I don't know if you can see that beautiful peanut butter and chocolate mixture. And then all we're gonna do is just add it to the top of our cheesecakes, enough to cover the entire cheesecake. And maybe a little extra. And because my family likes a little bit of variation, I'm going to do a little bit of each. So on the first one, I have my chocolate ganache. And then on the second, I cut up some nice fresh strawberries that we got from the farmer's market. So here we go. And on the other one, my daughter is a huge fan of oranges, so I'm just going to top those just with a few mandarin oranges here. Oops, have a runaway. There we go. And there we go. Some beautiful cheesecake that you can either eat or serve to your guests. Thank you again for joining me in this video and this kitchen concert series. I am so excited for next season. I can't wait to see you all when we can be together again safely. Until then, I hope you all stay healthy and happy, and I wish you and your family all of the best. Bye.